Hi, today from Gothenburg in Sweden. Today I will tell you a little bit about Petter Stordalen, a famous billionaire in Scandinavia, called the Hotel King here in Scandinavia, and I will tell you about the three things you can learn from this building behind me, or from Petter Stordalen in relation to this building. See you after the break. Hi again from Gothenburg. Behind me you can see the building of the old post offices here in Gothenburg. And there is a story connected to this building that you can learn a lot about business from. And it is connected to Petter Stordalen. Petter Stordalen is a Scandinavian billionaire called the king of hotels here in Scandinavia. And this building behind me is a 150-year-old post office, the old post office in Gothenburg that was in a very distressed state just 10 years ago, over 10 years ago or 15 years ago, and it wasn't used for 15 years. It was under protection for the old buildings here in Sweden, under historical building protection, and it couldn't be changed. It just stood empty, unused, and it was getting more and more devastated by time, by rain, by the weather. And there was and the whole area here around me that you can see here, the central station and so on and so on, it was in a quite bad state. It is, let's say, 1 kilometer, half a mile away from the downtown of Gothenburg. And it wouldn't change much if not for Petter Stordalen, who saw this building and said, this is a hotel for me. And he talked to the CEO of his real estate company, of his property company, to buy this building. And the CEO of him told him, no, don't buy this building. You can't do anything with that. It's 100-year-old building. It's devastated. You can't change there. You can't develop. You can't do anything with that. It's under protection, and it's really bad business. Don't do that. And Petter said, buy it today for me. If you don't buy, I will buy it myself. He called the CEO the next day and said, did you buy it? And he said, no, believe me, don't do that. This is not a good deal, whatever. So Petter didn't think twice. He just bought this entire building to make a hotel out of that. Why did he buy this building? Because he had a great vision for that. He had this dream of putting a historical building back to life and developing something extraordinary around this building, with this building, making a new downtown of Gothenburg out of that. And it was such a big dream, nobody believed it could be done. But then he went to the mayor of Gothenburg and told the mayor about his great vision, about what he can do for the city. And he also told him his life story. And if you have read The $1 Billion Secret, my book, you will know the story of Petter Stordalen, which is extraordinary, which is amazing. Petter Stordalen is a guy of big ideas and of quick action, of thinking big and of making things happen. And he had this big idea. He thought big about this building, and he told his story to the mayor and convinced the mayor to help him actually to steer around all these restrictions around that building. And but before that, when he told his story and about his vision, the mayor said, can you wait for 10 minutes for me? When they met in the office of the mayor. After 10 minutes, he got back with the main city planner generally, who was responsible for planning of the entire city. And and he asked Peter to tell his story and his vision again to this city planner, which he did. And after a while, they said, okay, we'll help you because there are so many restrictions and so on. We'll cooperate, we'll make it happen with you because we want to revitalize this area of Gothenburg, to make it livable again and to attract more people to this area, maybe also tourists. But then Petter Stordalen wouldn't be Petter Stordalen if he didn't demand the universe. So this is the second thing you can learn from the story of this building. Demand the universe and then work your way back from that. He said, but I want to put an 18-story building inside this building and connect it to that. Make it, connect something super futuristic with the old building and make it something special. And these guys said 18 stories, 18 levels. They looked at themselves and they said, Peter, it's too much. What about 14? And Peter said, okay, let's do 14. But what he thought in his mind was, I didn't even hope they would allow me to do anything. I mean, to put anything inside, to build anything new, to develop anything new. He thought just, you would be able to just renovate this old building. But they actually allowed him to build a 14-story building attached to this building. I will show it to you from the other side. I am here on the back of the old post building here in Gothenburg, and this is the 14-story building that Petter Stordalen decided to build here, a hyper-modern building at the back and in the inside of the old post building. And this wouldn't happen if Petter Stordalen wouldn't ask for the universe, wouldn't ask for the sky, and worked his way back from his offer. So he made this indecent offer to the mayor and to the city planner of Gothenburg, and got the permission to build this part of the building. So he said, okay, 14 levels, and they didn't even consider, the question whether he is allowed to build anything there, right? They just they were occupied with thinking, is it 18, is it too much, or maybe 16 or 14, maybe 12, right? So they allowed him to build 14-story building. You can see it there, right? And you can see this hotel is called Clarion Hotel Post right now. Clarion is a hotel chain, one of the hotel chains belonging to the Choice Hotels by Petter Stordalen, and he owns here around 200 hotels in Scandinavia, 200 of the best hotels in Scandinavia. And then, make it big. I mean, think big, but then also make it big. So what he did, so this is the third thing that you can learn from the story of this building, is if you do something, don't put small steps, make it big, be courageous, be brave. So what he did a great opening here after, of course, renovating the building, after building the highest, the highest building here in downtown Gothenburg, in this area. He made the greatest hotel opening in history of Gothenburg. 10,000 people participated in the opening ceremony, and he arrived in a disco ball that was used by Madonna in one of the concerts, which opened on the stage. It was here just behind me, a huge stage, and all the TV stations were invited. They were streaming live from here, from Gothenburg, from the event of the Clarion Hotel opening. And he also learned to drum and was drumming during that concert and gave a speech and so on and so on. So and it ended up in a great success. and this hotel until today. There is a party every day. There is a terrace and people sitting there. There is a bar, and all around that hotel, all the other hotels developed. You can see here Hotel Eggers. Then there is Hotel Propera. Behind that there is also Scandic, and here there is Radisson Blu, and there is a lot going on here. As you see, many people, many tourists as well. This is a new kind of city center, a new hotspot in Gothenburg, and this is everything due to the success of this hotel, to the success of Petter Stordalen, who made his vision reality, who had this great vision for this building that was devastated, that wasn't being used for 15 years, and there was no way to somehow bring it back to life. But he had this big idea, and he attracted people who helped him realize that idea and also do something extraordinary here. So these are the three things that you can learn from this building, from the story of Petter Stordalen. Of course, you can learn much more from Petter Stordalen. For example, the strawberry philosophy. If you don't know what strawberry philosophy is about, read the book, The $1 Billion Secret. I invite you to read that book. You can find it in a link below. I invite you also to comment this video. What is your perspective? What is your experience? Have you been to Gothenburg? Do you know this hotel? Have you maybe stayed in this hotel? What are other business lessons you can take from this story? Share it in the comments below. Give me a thumb up if you liked this video, thumb down if you didn't, subscribe if you haven't. Share this video with your loved ones, with your friends. One day they will thank you for that. I talk here a lot about business, about how the best entrepreneurs in our times act and think, how the self-made billionaires of our world think and act. So if you like this video, you will certainly like my other videos. I invite you to watch them. That's it for today from Gothenburg, Sweden. I wish you a fantastic day. Let's do something extraordinary today.